Hi, everybody. So, today I wanted to kind of go over what the symptoms of polycystic ovarian syndrome and endometriosis are, what they are for me, and what I have learned via Facebook, because I'm part of two groups, one with PCOS and one with just endometriosis. So, I think the big thing is to remember that these two diseases will affect women differently. Um, some may get pain, some may not. There's different degrees of endometriosis, and it's important to understand that because you have a higher um, you're at a higher stage of endometriosis doesn't mean that it's more painful. There are people that have stage 4 endometriosis and feel no pain whatsoever. Then there are some with stage 1 that have so much more pain, and you think, okay, there's something wrong, right? So that's something I wanted to just kind of say right off the bat. The second thing I wanted to say is that, you know what? If you have symptoms that I did not list for both of these two diseases, let me know, and I will just make a I'll make a new video and include those. Um, so for PCOS, um, I guess for me, because I have both of them, I can go through what I feel with both of them. Um, so for cysts, for polycystic ovarian syndrome, I feel pain in my ovaries at least 3 times a month. It gets worse close to my period. The reason being is because, well, your body's like, yeah, we need to have a baby, and then you don't have a baby, and then your body gets ticked off at you. Um, but yes, I get pain over my ovaries. I do get frequent, uh, not like really severe fevers, but sort of fevers. Um, Especially when the cysts start getting really bad. um, let's see the other ones I have is, well, facial hair, and I have lots of acne. Like, you probably can't see it too much, but yeah, I get lots of acne. Another reason why the doctors thought I had polycystic ovarian disease or syndrome was because my thyroid has been really low for a good portion of my life. Um, Nobody really uh, went the extra mile to see if I had polycystic ovarian disease or syndrome. um, but polycystic ovarian syndrome is an endocrine disorder. Some people have insulin resistance, and some people don't. We're still in the process of trying to figure out which one I do have, even though I was diagnosed in 2012 with both of these disorders. If you see my complexion, it's pretty pale. My complexion is pretty pale all the time now, and I just have to deal with it, unfortunately. Um, let's see. I'm always constantly sluggish. I feel like I can't do a damn thing. I have to force myself to do stuff. Um, let's see what else. My nails are brittle. Some people have thinning hair, and yes, I have, like, my hair falls out quite a bit. um, some people with this disorder, um, already have borderline, can't think of what it's called, borderline diabetes. Some of us don't, which is kind of nice. Let's see what else. I'm sorry, I was listening to Will and Grace. With this disease, you can have fertility issues, like major fertility issues. If a cyst ruptures, it can actually hurt your ovary, which is really not good for your ovary. Some people with endometriosis actually have immune disorder. They'll be really tired. They'll have like no drive. Some people have high sex drive. Some of us have no sex drive. There are mental health side effects of this disease. The reason being because when you're in pain a lot, unfortunately, that actually hurts your mental health, which makes you doubt yourself, which can cause anxiety, overthinking, and depression. For me, it's because I've been in so much pain the last little bit. My mental health took a dive, and it sucks because I like being more active. I try to be more active. I try to keep myself going so that I just so that I feel like I'm doing something. But lately I feel like I can't do a damn thing because of the scar tissue due to my endometriosis. And I've had 2 surgeries to get rid of the endometriosis and the cysts, but it comes back because my doctors didn't have a proper plan in place to try to make sure that it doesn't come back as fast. But I do have a new gynecologist who is helping me with that. But what endometriosis is, it is scar tissue or tissue that grows outside of the vagina, like the uterus. It can grow on intestines, your bladder, any place like that, and everything, and it's painful. It is painful when there's a flare-up. But when you have both of those two together, it seems like everything's times 10. So you're, like for me, when it comes to my period, I get really bad cramping and my periods are really heavy. That's another really big sign of both of those two conditions, whether you have one or just one of them or both of them. Your lining won't always come out when you get your period. That's a big, big one. Instead of it sloughing off during your period, it'll just stay, which will create dead tissue, which could cause so many different fertility issues. And how it's affecting my day-to-day life has been just horrible lately. I can't, if I push myself too much, I end up worse off. And I think that's important to realize. You have to take care of yourself first. Now, if you have kids, it's hard to do that, and I understand that. With both of these diseases, some people will have issues like sleep issues, whether they're you can't sleep or you're not sleeping enough or you're sleeping too much. There's no in between there. It is so hard just in general. With both of those diseases, you can actually have bowel movement issues. Yeah, trust me, got those in spades. It really sucks. But Um, like, I don't even know if there's an upside to this whole thing, sadly. I think for me, the upsides on both of these disorders for me have been, it's been teaching me self-care. It's been teaching me patience, even though I wish I had more of it. It's teaching me to get help or ask for help when I absolutely have to, except I usually don't. And yes, I live in Canada, so we have Timmy's. I'm trying to think of what else can get affected when you have PCOS and endometriosis. Some women find themselves getting more bladder infections, UTIs, and bacterial vaginosis, and yeast infections when you have these two diseases. Like I said, with PCOS and endometriosis, some people have zero pain, and they could be at stage 4. And some of them will have super duper pain, and they're at stage 1 or 2. And from what I was reading, for endometriosis, the stages, you can be like at a stage 4 at one point and then regress down to stage 3. So it's really all about how your body is reacting to the treatments that your doctor has put out for you. Some of us will wind up needing surgery to remove scar tissue and to remove the cysts from your ovaries. I'm going to continue doing research and continue trying to understand this so I can help other people understand this who don't have it, or if you're a couple and you're trying to explain it to your husband. I'm going to try to make it so everybody can understand it. One of these days here in the next little bit, I'm going to be inviting my significant other, so that way if a couple or a couple couples or something like that are watching this, they can be like, you know what, that's so true, and just get my significant other's point of view on all of this, just so we can understand that, yeah, it doesn't just affect you as a person, it affects your family, like especially if you have kids, or even if you're just in a relationship, it affects your spouse too, not just you. So anyway, I'm gonna go for now. Probably gonna be back next week sometime. So hope you guys all have a wonderful day.